Welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be talking about Ginny and Geórgia, and I'm just gonna give my honest opinion about it. This is actually one of the shows that I find to be pretty refreshing and pretty good, and it's like one of those shows that handle very hard topics very nicely, I feel like some people will say realistically and very accurate. I'm so sorry. But I just like the way they present these topics, the way they act out these topics, the way these topics are shown, and it's in such a way, and where it's like you actually want to watch the show go down, and it's like dramatic but not too dramatic, and it's funny but not too funny. It's just a really good show, and the characters are interesting. It's like a thing where it's either you hate a certain character or you love certain characters. There's like no in between in the show, which was I thought was like nice. So then we have these like characters. You have Ginny, Geórgia, Marcus, Hunter. I understand people think that Hunter is cringy and everything, but I actually generally feel bad for Hunter because Hunter is actually a really nice guy, and he's actually really super sweet and everything. He really did deserve better than Ginny, and then he didn't really get anything besides Ginny, which kind of sucks because she was an awful girlfriend. It's like, if you don't like the boy anymore and your relationship isn't working, why drag him through all of that? Sleep with somebody else and all that stuff. And then just, it's just hard to explain. I'm just gonna say hot mess. Wow. And then there's Marcus's character, who I liked him more in season 2 than I did in season 1, because in season 1 he was just annoying, a junkie, and he was just very one-dimensional, and you just didn't really care for him. I feel like the only reason why people even wanted to be around Marcus was just because of like he had like this pretty boy face thing. I swear to God, if Marcus was not attractive, he would have gotten so much more hate than he usually does in the show. And I feel like season 2, they made him more dimensional and really gave him more character development, especially with his depression storyline and him breaking up with Ginny and like why he broke up with Ginny and all that stuff, which was like really, really deep and everything. I just liked him more in season 2 than season 1. Season 1, I could not stand him. Season 2, I feel bad for him. I actually like his character. He's not that bad. Season 1, I was like, get this man off my screen. Get this fool off my screen. And then season 2, I actually like their relationship more too. What else? Now we have Geórgia. Geórgia is another character. Some people say her character is dimensional, but I don't really see her character being dimensional, and I'm gonna explain why. Geórgia has a tough past, which involves a lot of things that we're not gonna say because YouTube likes to copyright me. There, I said it. YouTube loves to copyright me, and I'm tired of it. Leave me alone. Stop blocking my videos just because you don't agree with my content and what I do. And that's just the truth. So as I was saying, she has a very tough past because of how she was growing up and everything. She basically like had like a mother and a father. I don't know what happened to the father, biological father. Then she had a stepfather. Stepfather was very handsy. He was a nasty. Was a freak, and he enjoyed doing things that you shouldn't have been doing to little children, and just in other words, he liked little kids too much. Let's just say that. And she basically ran away because, you know what, she didn't want to deal with that anymore, and no child should really have to deal with that or worry about going home and feeling unsafe. And so she ran away, and then she met what's his face, Ginny's dad. She got pregnant, the whole Ginny situation happened, and all that stuff. She kept Ginny. She did what she had to do to keep her over Ginny's head and all that stuff. And then after that, she met Jill, who, by the way, I don't know why, and like they try to make his character like a try-hard character in a way of like, oh, he's a bad guy but he's a good dad, and it's like, no, he's just trash. It's like he does nothing on the show. He does not contribute. He doesn't do anything on the show but just be annoying and be a villain and just take away from Geórgia and everything. It's like, it's your son too. And then on top of that, he was accused of, oh, you put me in jail. Well, you deserve to be. You out here degrading the poor girl, throwing her around, giving her black eyes. Not even black eyes. I don't know what it's called, but he hurt her because there's a scene where she was like doing her makeup and there was like a big ass bruise on her side of her face. Good lord. He had no right to be trying to be all big and bad when he couldn't even buy a pizza for his child that he so called cares for. Wow. Yeah. And then there's Joe. I actually love Joe's character. When I first saw him, because I used to watch Degrassi all the time when I was younger. That's my show. I actually, before I had this channel, I had an old channel, and I was actually talking about Degrassi. And I was talking about Degrassi, The Next Generation. Oh, I love that show. Y'all can say a lot of things about Degrassi, but y'all can't say that Degrassi did not serve. You cannot say that there wasn't a moment on the show that you were not entertained. Like, I loved Degrassi as a kid. I love it now. I like rewatch it, but I'm kind of getting tired of rewatching Degrassi. Because I've just seen everything, and some seasons I don't even really like that much because some of the characters were so irritating. Anyway, yeah, but I love his character. And then there's the Marcus's ex-girlfriend. I don't know why she's still here. Like, they broke up all the season ago, and for some reason they kept her character around. And the only thing she contributed to was just saying plain both in period that Marcus was not shit and she should have left. But for some reason she came back. I think it's because she was working at Joe's thingy, and so they made her like a background character, but still didn't make any sense. She really wasn't necessary or needed. Whatever. And then there is I forgot her character's name, but I did not like the twin sister. I just felt like she was very annoying and very over dramatic for no reason, and she didn't really bring much to the show, much to the table as people, so to speak. I just did not really like her character. I just felt that she was so annoying, and all she literally did was just get on my everlasting nerve during the show. It was just so annoying. What else? And then there's like the parents. Oh yeah. Next we can talk about the relationships of the show. Number one, Ginny and Marcus and all that stuff. I like Ginny and Marcus season 2 than season 1 because season 1, Marcus and her just didn't really make any sense. Sure, they may have their chemistry and everything, but I don't know how they ended up together. I don't know why they ended up together. The whole cheating scandal and him being like, "Oh, she's just my dumb friend" and all that stuff. Now he didn't want her until he saw her with Hunt. It's a hot ass mess. I don't get it. But in season 2, the relationship matured and everything. And then there was a relationship between the moms. I actually love their friendship. And I wasn't really worried much about their friendship because it's like, sure, those are their kids and they have beef, but it's like, it's not like the parents contribute to the beef anyway, so they would have been friends, plain boy period. Anyways, doesn't really, so there was no reason to worry about their friendship. I don't know why people were saying that. Who else relationship? Oh yeah. Then as for George's love interest, which love interest do I like the most? Let's rule them out. Paul. I actually like their relationship. Some say their relationship, they don't have chemistry, they're boring and all that stuff. But I feel like, let's look at this realistically. If you're going to choose out of all three, it would be Paul, because Paul is the one that you can count on. He's the reliable one. He would be her rock. He would be the one who accepted her for all her flaws and all that stuff. He would be the one to see the real her. She wouldn't have to put on any caricature or anything. She could just be herself and just be her and just do her with Paul. As for Zion, he's unreliable. That's all I can add. He's unreliable, and that's it. That's the only thing I can think of when it comes down to his character. And the only reason he's around is because he's Jenny's dad. That's literally it. And then there is Joe. They would be cute together. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know how I feel about them. I wouldn't mind if they were together, but I don't feel it. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I just don't feel them being together. That's just me. I feel like if she's gonna end up with somebody, it's gonna be Paul. But that's just me. That's just what I think. And I have my reasons why. Yeah. And then people say that the relationship from sorry, the twins develop. I just call them twins because I can't remember their names. Develop. I would say it developed a little bit in a way because I feel like they got like a little better and more closer in season 2 than season 1. But other than that, I don't really see any other development. Yeah, and then after that, they had important topics and all that stuff. And then there was like the sister situation, which is off. Because it's like, I understand why she's mad, but at that point, there's nothing we can do because that happened. You just gotta move on. I understand she doesn't like her because that's a pretty good reason not to like someone, but at the same time not a reason because it's kind of like they were the same age. She was probably younger than her. She didn't know what to do. It's a hot mess of a situation is what I'm gonna say. And on top of that, she literally only came around because she was trying to mess up Georgia's life. It's like, yeah. And then there's Ginny and Georgia's relationship. Some people don't like Ginny and all that stuff, and honestly, I get it. She can be a little annoying sometimes, and she can't really handle things. But I feel like the relationship blossomed in season 2 because she finally could grasp of things, and she finally started to be mature about conversations, and she finally learned what not to do and what to do, and she was finally putting the pieces together. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It was like, my mother would do this, and we're a team, and they finally were just handling things and they're working together. And as for Georgia's character, I understand she went through a lot and all that stuff and blah blah blah. How do I feel about her character? I honestly would be scared of her character. She's entertaining to watch, but if she existed in real life, I would not be around her. I would not be around her because there's a very good chance he might just end up dead. Because think about it, every time Georgia kills somebody, it's for like whatever reason or whatever thing needs to be happening. She should be a hitman. The woman, whatever, hitman, whatever. And I would just be scared of that. And I'm not gonna lie. Was it wrong for her to kill all those people? My opinion, no. Because they have no right to be doing those things. They should have just left alone Ginny and all that stuff, and those things would not happen. Like, leave them alone. But who do you... Oh, yeah. What else? But as for her character, I would be scared of her. I feel like she might be a sociopath. Did she do the right thing, though? We don't really know, but what would I say was acceptable for her to do those things? I mean, yeah. How do I feel about her as a character? I find her entertaining. I find her good to watch. Is there anything else I would say about the show? No. But however, I would say is that I give this show a 10 out of 10, and I will definitely be tuning in for the rest of the seasons of the show, and I'll be definitely watching it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.